Hello folks, nice of you to come and join us again. We've got the Blackburne out today and got one or two little jobs to do on it. Spring has finally arrived, although that is a little bit cold today. Glad you've come and found my channel. Hopefully you'll be able to join us a bit more often and see what we can do. The last video that we did, tail end of last summer I think it was, that was just a video of me riding my Velocette, and we just went up to Norman Cross, 20 something or other miles away. We'd had problems with it, as you saw in the first video. It wasn't behaving properly. That was a missing spark plug and one or two other bits and pieces, but we got them sorted out and then we went out for a ride on it. So like I say, we dragged the Blackburne out today. Want to have a look around it. So the Blackburne is loosely based on 1924. It's certainly a 1924-ish engine, and that's a little bit of a bitzer. So it's a Blackburne engine, possibly in a Triumph frame. But the jobs we've got to do today is fuel tap. That was a cheap Chinese copy because the old one failed. Not very good. The lever worked back to front, and as you can see, the lever actually is fallen off, and I had to mark it because on the lever down was off and sideways was on, and it worked all back to front, and I wasn't very happy with it. In the flywheel here we've got a spare key to put in because that sheared the other week when I did manage to get a ride out with some friends, so we've got to have the flywheel off and we'll see what we can do on there. We've managed to get out of Villiers Spares in Birmingham some nice fuel taps. So there's a traditional push-pull one or a lever type one. Hang on a second, let's get them out of the packet and have a proper look. That's better, you'll be able to see them better now. So there we are, there's a nice on-off one. And there's a push-pull one. Hopefully I've got the right size. Let's have a look, see what we can do. Might have to drain a bit of petrol out of it first. But yeah, we'll see what we can do and have a watch. Let's plug shoe back on here. Now, what are we going to do on here? Well, I think the first thing to do is put a bit of rag down. I don't think there's a lot of petrol in it. That was done in there. Oh, well, that's a result. That's not so good. That ain't going to fit on there. Hold on. That's a different size. Different size altogether. Yep, that ain't going to fit. Oh well, that's blown that idea up. Right, we're back again. Well, I inadvertently went and ordered the wrong size, and the size that goes into the tank is that one, 3/16. And of course, what did I order? Quarter. However, me being crafty that I am, if I take that fitting out of this tap and put the old fitting in there, it fits. And yeah, as far as I can tell, it should be petrol tight. So we'll screw this in and have a look, and then we'll get onto the flywheel. Must be time for a cup of tea soon. Yeah, that's gone in there all right. Tap works. We'll stick some petrol in it in a second, and we'll have a look. All nicely fitted up now anyway. Right, I'm going to make a cup of tea. Do you fancy one? There we go. Petrol tap's all fitted now. Haven't got my cup of tea now yet. But those people that are running old machines, if you want a tip on how to polish your brass and coppers up, whether it's on a motorcycle or whether it's I don't know, some bit of brass lamp that you've got in the living room perhaps from your grandmother's, use wool. Don't use cotton or anything like that. Wool is slightly a little bit more abrasive, and that will that'll polish them up a treat. And I'll tell you who told me that. The chap who looked after a steam traction engine. And I asked him one day, how do you keep the brasses so well polished? And he said, I'll give you a tip. Use a wool pullover, or in her case, a pair of overall wool socks. And yeah, it works. So we'll get this all polished up. I'll remake this one day. It's not very good. See if we can make a tidier bend in it. It works at the moment. So if you like what I do, and this is only me really my second video, or if you've got any advice please on what I'm doing wrong, what you'd like to see, drop me a line and I'll be happy to try and answer your questions, and maybe we can go out on some rides later on. You'd be most welcome to join us. Now there's the other one of their socks. I'm all on my own today, so the governor's out at work this morning, so I thought we'll have a little play. Right, yeah, that didn't come up too bad. That one goes onto there. And that one, hopefully, will go back up to there. guys. They're in there somewhere. There it is, that's the one. Yeah, I reckon that'll do. Cold again. Ah, you're back again. Well done. And I've got a fresh cup of tea as well. Hot as well, for the time being. Right. What we need to do, as I said, we've got a key gone on this flywheel. I've got them somewhere. So we need to take the flywheel off and put a new Woodruff key in it. Only about the size of your thumbnail, but it can create problems. So we'll have a look. I was out with some friends a few weeks ago, and they'd come up from Essex, and they'd come to have a look around the county, and we took them on a little ride out, a little local ride out, and on the way home I got the mixture wrong, and we ended up with a bang, and the flywheel key shed, and like a clock I hadn't got the spanner for the nut. However, those very nice people at Suzuki, in the toolbox of one of my friend's bikes, that's the same nut on the on their axle bolt, I think it is, and yeah, we managed to roar it up and managed to creep home. But otherwise that would have been a Carol, can you come and tow us back, please? So we managed to get home. I've done all this wrong because I should have put the fuel pipe in on this, under this nut behind it. Bolt rather. We've had some good runs on the motorcycle. We've been over to Bury St Edmunds. I should say that I live in Cambridgeshire. Well, I pay my council rates to Huntington, so I suppose technically I'm still in Huntingdonshire, although since about 1974 the county of Huntingdonshire doesn't exist. It does if you're old enough. And yeah, we've had some good ride outs. Creates a lot of interest. There it goes that way. And it flicks up. That comes off. Because we need to just break the chain on here. joiner for it. There she is. Not bad. That comes out. Right. That's that off. Just a minute, we'll see if we can find a spanner to fit this nut. Should have done all this before you came back. Never mind. Now, how are we going to do this? There we go. That way. That's got it. There we go. Now then, let's have a look, see where this key is. There she is. So yeah, one, as we suspected, one broken key, and when the key breaks, well, you can see that, I lose all the primary drive through to the clutch, which is in here. The engine just sort of spins down and I go nowhere. But fortunate enough, when you're dealing with machinery this sort of age, you tend to keep a pocket full of spares as well. Except for on this particular day, I left them in the garage. So I don't know whether you can see that. There's the key, there's the new one, and the other one's broken. Only made of steel, so not too bad. It's done it out on the road sometimes, and as you can see, normally, providing you can get the flywheel off, 15 minutes or so, and you should be back on the road again. I'm going to have to do a bit more cleaning behind there at some stage. Right, there we go, battery change. Still got my petrol leak. Never used to do that. Fibre on spanner. Well, it'll last all the time, doesn't it? We'll have a look at that in a minute. But anyway, there we are. It's all up and running again. Cabinets are running up and down. That's a good sign. Wheels popping in. Yeah, I think we're going to be good to go out and have a ride out sometime. We live to see another season. Haphazard today, I'm afraid. The remote's not working on here, I don't know why. I'll have to have a word with my mate Tuffy to find out what's going wrong. So join us out again. Thanks for joining me. And if you like what I do, drop us a line. I will see you around next time. Bye!